New York's classic rock, Q1043.
I know my husband is exceedingly jealous of me because he is one of the biggest Allman Brothers fans on earth. And I do mean on earth. And I am joined this morning by Devon Allman, the son of the late, great Gregg Allman, founding member, of course, of the Allman Brothers Band. Also, Duane Betts, the son of Allman Brothers founder Dickey Betts. And missing from us is the third member of the group, Barry Duane Oakley, the son of founding Allman brother, the late Barry Oakley. And the reason that Devon and Duane are with me, members of the Allman Betts Band, is that they are going to be performing along with a slew of others this coming Saturday. Of course, it's an online concert, being in the middle of a pandemic, but it's a concert because of the pandemic. This is the Big Love Benefit Concert. You can see it starting 9 p.m. Saturday night, and they are going to be joined by Billy Idol, Tommy Shaw of Styx, Winona Judd, Miles Kennedy, Matt Sorum, Bret Michaels, Chicago, and a slew. I mean, it's like a who's who of rock. And the reason for this concert is because the music industry and live entertainment has been so devastated by the pandemic. So it's a fundraiser to help those who are hurting mentally and financially. So first of all, welcome. And how did this all come about?
I think it was pretty much the brainchild of Rick Allen, drummer of Def Leppard's wife, Lauren, and just got done doing a hangout with them on social media. And it's just a really great, righteous, selfless thing for them to do, to put their time and efforts and energy into, putting something together for those in need. I mean, this is an industry that arguably got hit the hardest. You can still serve takeout and curbside service at restaurants, and they're still doing baseball games and football games, albeit with a limited audience or none at all. But everybody got sent home from their tours, and it's not just the people on the stage that suffer, but the crews. I mean, without our road crew, we don't have a concert to give to the good people that love live music. So just an amazing, like I said, selfless thing for them to kind of put together with all their friends. And it's amazing for us to be involved because it's a lot of our heroes, I mean, growing up with MTV era, Def Leppard, Billy Idol, those were the heroes. So it's an honor to be included with those names and do whatever we can.
Duane, I have to ask you, how's your dad, Dickey, doing? How's he doing?
He's wonderful. He's doing really well. I was just down there with him for a couple months down in Florida. So, yeah, he's in great spirits and just watching a lot of football and eating a lot of seafood and, just enjoying, his retirement, basically. He's not doing a whole lot, obviously. He's staying home a lot, and but he's good.
So he's not going. Is he even entertaining the thought of going back to performing at all after all this?
I would say that he's pretty much He's pretty much retired at this point. I don't think he has any interest in going back out and doing anything. But there's always a chance that there might be a song recorded or something if somebody comes up with some idea that he likes a lot. But yeah.
Okay, back to the Big Love concert. Who's actually going to be getting the money, and how do people stream this? Where do they find it?
I believe all of that is on Lauren's social right now, and we're about to post all the information across our social. I believe there's a website dedicated to it as well. Since it's not our organization that's putting the event on, I wouldn't be at liberty to say exactly where it's going and how it's being channeled. I'd hate to get it wrong is what I mean. But
okay, but people can just Google the Big Love benefit concert.
Absolutely. All the info will be there. It's obviously a live stream concert. I do know that the core of the donations are going to the financial aid of crew members of bands into a fund for them. And also for for any mental health issues, that need to be addressed. And I do know that if you can't watch it live, that you can still purchase the live stream at, I believe that the price tag is the $14.99 for the tickets. And you'll have 48 hours to view it if you can't tune in live. So if you Google it, it'll all come up, and, every little bit helps. So, maybe give it as a gift to a music loving friend, whatever the case may be. We just all need to come together and help out the road crews.
What is your feeling, both of you, Duane Betts and Devon Allman, on when things will return to normal with concerts? Because that seems to be the last piece. That will be the last thing that will complete normalcy for all of us.
Well, I don't know. That's kind of still, up in the air. We're all kind of waiting to see when that happens. I think there's a difference between packing 15,000 people into a tight space and maybe doing social distance stuff. And, I think it'll be a slow climb back to how it was before this, but what I'm hoping and what everyone's hoping is just to see, progress. And I think we'll see that. I think it'll get better sooner than later. And, so many people have been ravaged by this in so many ways. People have lost family members, people have lost, their jobs, their businesses, their passions. They've had to put everything on hold, and so just to be part of spreading the love and spreading the good energy in anything, any capacity. This is one thing. We've done other things, and it's just a time for healing. And some of that stuff sounds a little cliche, but it really is. And we look forward to playing, when that time is right, and in the right capacity, in the appropriate way at that time, whatever's appropriate.
Well, this completely interrupted your plans because things were just rolling along. So, Devon Allman, how have you been dealing with the pandemic? What have you been doing, and how do you keep yourself positive, to use a term that's kind of bizarre these days?
Well, I think you have to work with what's right in front of you on the things that you can't control. We're a new band. We have a lot of momentum going for the band. Our second record came out in 2020 in the late summer. And we can't control, the fact that concerts aren't happening as they normally would, but we can control other aspects like live streams. We can control, things like writing for our next record and keeping the trajectory happening while doing, shows like this to help people out. So there's still a lot of work that we can do creatively to take up our time. And, to be quite honest, I've been on tour for 20 years. It was okay to have a break and reconnect with family and enjoy my home and my new puppy and, all those things, those normal living things that we all sacrifice when we get on that bus and go on tour. So obviously I'm ready to get out there, and, it's hard to comment on when that's going to return to normal, but I think Duane hit the nail on the head with the slow climb. I think you're going to see the nightclubs open, and then the smaller venues, the theaters, and it's going to have to stair step its way to full blown arena concerts, and luckily, we've gone out and done some socially distanced shows. We're going to go do more. It's a different vibe, but man, it feels good. And, as long as people feel safe, and we can, provide an environment where they can still let their hair down and kind of forget about the troubles of the world, then, we're going to continue to do that where it's safe, where it makes sense.
I'm speaking with Allman Betts band members, Devon Allman, son of Gregg Allman, also Duane Betts, son of Dickey Betts. Missing from the lineup here, at least on Sunstein Sunday, is Barry Duane Oakley, son of the late Barry Oakley, all founding members of the Allman Brothers Band. I couldn't believe when I was doing a little research, because like I said, in our family, the Allman Brothers freak is my husband. But I couldn't believe, Duane, that how old were you when you started performing with the Allman Brothers Band?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I sat in a few times on drums, probably, I was like 13 maybe, but
that's insane.
They have
right?
they have 3 drummers, so I mean I was pretty good. I'm not taking anything away from myself as a drummer at the age of 13, but there was, they have quite a drum section, so I didn't have to, in other words, I didn't have to carry the band, but then I switched to guitar and started sitting in. But yeah, just kind of a family tradition to have friends and family sitting in. So that's just how it was.
And Devon, you didn't meet your dad till you were 16, right? Your mom said that she didn't want you meeting your dad till he was ready to be a dad. Is that accurate?
I guess, yeah. That's a deep rabbit hole you're at the edge of.
I know.
I think my mom wanted me to have an upbringing that wasn't around the circus, and they were doing a lot of drugs, and they were enjoying themselves, and probably not the best arena for a kid to grow up in. I think her thing was always, hey, when the timing is right, it'll happen, and it did. And we were very close once we did meet, and all the way through his life.
What was that like the first time meeting him?
A little awkward, a big relief. It was many things.
I have to tell you, it was 2016, New Year's Eve, and my husband took me to Atlanta to ring in the new year with your dad's concert in Atlanta. And I had lived in Atlanta for a year and a half when the Allman Brothers Band, it was 76. So enough said, right? It was President Carter. I mean, it was the time to live in Georgia, right? I mean, I was there, and I probably didn't appreciate what it was I was experiencing at the time, but it was just magical. So again,
you got to experience that.
Yeah. And I love Georgia. I just loved it. Oh, and by the way, after the new year and seeing your dad in concert, we took a trip to Macon and we toured the big house. And I am telling any Allman Brothers Band fan, you gotta go to the big house, where the magic is still there. And are people still able to go even during the pandemic? Do you know? Is it still open?
I don't know what their protocol is right now.
But I mean, we actually walked into the shower. I mean, you go into the bedrooms. It's like, it's a step back in time, and it is absolutely magical. Again, the Allman Betts Band are going to be joining a slew of others this coming Saturday night at 9. It's the Big Love Benefit Concert. It's going to be helping those who are hurting so badly with the shutdown of the entertainment industry, and specifically the music industry. And you can make donations, and you can watch it online. And you're not only going to see the Allman Betts Band, you're going to see Rick Allen, Billy Idol, Tommy Shaw, Wynonna Judd, Miles Kennedy, Matt Sorum, Brett Michaels. And it's just what we need right now, because we need music to heal us, and we need to help those who are hurting. So thank you guys so much.
New York's classic rock. Q1043.